Okay, so here are the problems from section, actually all the evens from section 5.2 the first day. So what we talked about in class is you got to get all the x's together on one side. What I always suggest is if you've got variables on their own side by themselves already, move everything else over that way. So this is a 1x here. So what I'll have to do is subtract 2x from both sides to cancel it off. What I get then on the left-hand side is 3 equals, and then 1x minus 2x is negative 2x. Sorry, strike that. Negative 1x. So I'll divide everything by negative 1. Negative 3 equals x. For number 10, again, I've got two x's on the right side by themselves. So, or sorry, two c's on the right side by themselves. So I get the other two c's to the opposite side. So all the c's are grouped together on one side. So add 2c to both sides. That cancels off the minus 2c there. 2c plus 2c is 4c. So 8 equals 4c. Now I can divide by 4. 2 is c. Oh, and I should have been checking this. 2 times negative 3 plus 3 equals negative 3, which is true because negative 6 plus 3 equals negative 3. On this one here, 8 minus 2 times 2 equals 2 times 2, which is true because 8 minus 4 equals 4. Okay. And then number 12, you've got x's on both sides, you've got numbers on both sides. Move the variables first. So subtract an x from this side here, which is really a 1x. Subtract 1x from 2x. Negative 2 equals negative 2 plus, now it's 1x because negative 2 minus 1x is 1x. Add the 2 to get rid of that minus 2. 0 equals 1x, so divide by 1. 0 equals x. So now I'll check this by plugging 0 in, and what we get is negative 2 plus 0 equals negative 2 plus 2 times 0. Well, anything times 0 is 0. So negative 2 equals negative 2. Okay. 14. Before you can do anything on 14, you've got to get the p terms together. So 1p plus 1p is actually 2p. So 2p plus 14 equals 12p. And then I can subtract 2p from both sides. 10p equals 14. Now divide by 10. P equals 7 over 5. Okay. Now it says to check this. So 12 times 7 over 5 equals 7 over 5 plus 14 plus 7 over 5. But if I put this over over 1 and multiply by 5, I get 7 over 5 plus 70 over 5 plus 7 over 5. That gives me 84 over 5. What's 12 over 1 times 7/5? Well, 12 times 7 is 84 over 5. So it does check out. Okay, so it's an ugly fraction, but it works out. Number 18. There's no wrong decision for where to move the p's or move the variables to, but I'm moving to the left because I got more on the left than I do on the right. So subtract 0.2 x's. 3.2 plus 0.1x equals 1.4. Now I have to subtract 3.2 from both sides. That gets me negative 1.8. Okay. Divide by 0.1. X equals negative 18. So now 3.2 plus 0.3 times negative 18 equals 0.2 times negative 18 plus 1.4. I got to check out to see if this works. Well, 0.3 times negative 18 is negative 5.4. And then negative 0.2 times 18 is negative 3.6. Yeah, plus 1.4. That ends up being negative 2.2. Same thing here, negative 2.2. So it checks out. So x is negative 18. Okay. 20. Okay, 20. This one, you got to get the c's together on one side. Doesn't really matter. I, again, as a person, tend to move the variables to a side that makes them all positive if possible. So normally I would add 3c to both sides, but I have a feeling a lot of you guys are like, no, I like having all my variables on the left. That's fine. I'm going to subtract 2c first then to get rid of that positive 2c. So I get 7.2 minus 5c equals negative 2. And then I'll subtract 7.2 from both sides to cancel that off. I get negative 5c equals negative 9.2. So I got to divide by negative 5, which what that ends up doing is that does end up canceling off the negatives. Okay, so 9.2 divided by 5 goes in there one time for 5. 42 goes in there 8 times for 40. 20, 1.85. Okay, so I end up getting then for C 1.85. Then if I check it, it ends up working out. So again, just because of time, I'm starting to run a little long on this for just being a little short quick homework problem video. For number 22, let's just say for the sake of argument you don't want to make your variables negative, you want to keep them positive. So there's a positive 2/3 x over here, negative 1/4 x over here. So what I can do this time is add 1/4 x to both sides. So on the left side I get 6 equals, well, I'll do 2/3 plus 1/4. Okay. The common denominator there is 12ths, so I'll multiply it by 4. So 8 twelfths plus 3 twelfths gives me 11 twelfths plus 28. Subtract 28 now, because once I've gotten the variables together, I need to get the numbers to the opposite side. So it gives me negative 22 equals 11 twelfths x. And now I can multiply everything by 12 elevenths. So that cancels to be negative 2. So negative 24 equals x. Okay. And again, check that, and when you plug it in, it does work out. It's just, again, running a little long on this one. So x equals negative 24. Okay, now that's all the evens, so the odds are in the back there. So, you know, obviously you got to show the work for it, but at least you have the odds to check your answers with.